let's try full push-ins, where, let's say we call this a handicap defense. So one foot is basically the toe is in line with the heel. So it's like a sword stance. Okay? And first person to lose their stance, basically. Don't use just the hands. Body's there if you can reach the chest, whatever.
So I'm really focusing on just trying to get him to give me something. So,
Yeah, once he does it, it's kind of hard. Yeah. But it's good that he doesn't have it, right? Here, I'll pretend for you. Ready? I'll just be regular Joe. What are you doing, man? What are you doing, man? What are you doing, man? All you have to do is see how you hooked here? You don't have to use your fingers. Use your, see now I'm going this way. Am I going this way? Keep pulling me. No, see. No. Don't use your hands to move. You're the snake. You don't need fingers, right? So, what are you doing? Come on, man. Use everything. See, you're just so focused on the see, squeeze here maybe, or little tough, I guess. You guys are getting that good, I guess. Okay. So what happens? Okay, here we go. What happens if I throw a kick? No. What can you keep doing it? Like, hey man, see, you felt it. Wow. Okay. Hey, you moved his leg. So it's like if you feel the diameter of his pung, you just tilt it. So it could be here, it could be here, it could be in his hand, it could be, way down there if he's really relaxed. Let's make it so one person is doing less of a standing posture, more of maybe you're trying to come in and he's not gonna move. So you start stepping in to do something and try to push, maybe, like this. And he's got to still do the same sinking. Exactly. And then, so what do you do when that happens? Try it again. See what you think. Sink. Well, you were trying to grab on and stay still one, but as he pushes me, I just sink. Maybe something like that. Oh, that was a better. Whoosh, whoosh. See that? Okay, now let's feel the one I just did so you can feel exactly that. So I can push forward and then I can release my shoulders, pass him down to my hands. And what he doesn't understand, or what you can't understand, is that I'm not really pushing him. I'm just kind of wedging between here and here. And so he could go all kinds of ways, but I'm like the hair on his arms at that point. So now if I feel where his balance is, I can disrupt him. And so it just kind of sinks and relaxes. Here, do it to me. Okay. I'm just sunk here. So now I'm sunk, but you're stuck. So because I'm here. But I don't use too much strength to do it. I want to, he's giving me what I want, so just right here. But if he tries to turn me at all, like if you try to turn my shoulder, I might disrupt you here. So I'm holding that Peng ball, making you feel a different thing. And I'm not using strength to do it. So it's like the eagle's wings. You're just touching the eagle's wings, and you're like, oh no, where are we flying off to? Ah! Turtle out. Now, whatever he's pushing, use that with him. Like he's pushing here, so that's what you want to use, right? Thank you. Just use that. Don't fight, right? Just join with him. Find an easier path. Usually it's the inward priestly path. Not always. So you put your Peng is here, and I open it up. So now he's holding onto a little ball. So no matter what he does, he's got to work with this ball. So if you push forward, I can make the bubble bigger here. If he pulls, turn your fingers, start to pull. I can turn it this way, go slower so you can see. So I push it here, he pulls, I open him up, I let go. He's never holding on to anything more than I want him to hold on to. So if he feels any direction, I'm just trying to be with him. I'm just saying, well, whatever you're doing, it's just not towards me. So, and if you do, I can utilize that against you. Because once you have intention towards somebody, the eagle starts falling, it's on the attack. It's got to either come back up for air or finish the attack. I mean, you should never stop the attack. You should never, well, you can turn the attack, yeah, but don't stop. Don't ever because that'll be wholly used against you. Especially a loaded kick that's just like, oh, never mind. Oh, don't grab it or just jump on top of it or whatever. Okay, let's do some more speed techniques here. Good spot in the mirror. Okay, so paint the house goes this way. So use your backhand and your slap or claw, something like that. These muscles, joints need to be good. So do inward circles here. If you feel anything moving and not easy, just do this a lot, right? So imagine if you're doing it with both arms, of course. I like to do this putting my arms up as if I'm like relaxing up against a chair or something, like in the pool, I put my arms up. But I'm not like resting them down. I'm actually floating them, picking them up. So it just doesn't look like I'm going like this all day long. I'm actually just resting my arms, but just a little bit up. So it's a hidden technique. It's supposed to be a secret that you're practicing. The priest doesn't show what he's practicing because he just does this stuff like this. That's it, right? And a true priest, do you know what the true priests are? Like in the Bible, they cook food and they're musicians. They're the entertainers. Really? Yeah. I mean, think about it. You had to get your food cooked by a priest. I call this one the infinity dance, so if you forget what it's called, or you just want to call it something different, I already named it. So here you have the inward circles here and the infinity dance. You can kind of make it smaller. So it's like, I'm just working this little one right here. Because sometimes, you got to be able to do this before you fall asleep. A lot of people, they'll hold their hands up, while they're watching TV or doing something else they can stand still for. You can do this in your bed. But this helps stretch out all of the vertebrae on one side, and then of course Do the other because you'll cramp up if you don't. And get in the water. Hot water is better. 20 minutes a day. 5, 10 minutes here. This is the pillar stance. Famous in Shaolin, always point your toes forward or parallel or even. So your knees can come together. And always stand with your knees slightly bent. I'm going to develop this thing right here. This is the fastest. And get it from all this. If your knees feel bad, you want to just do them very gently. Same thing in your joints. If your elbow feels bad, gently squeeze it. Gently move it until it goes away. Don't listen to anybody else but that, because gentle movement will heal every joint. Trust me, I know. I used to be horrible. Stenosis in my neck in 6 places. Definitely couldn't do that. So the turtle does all of these neck movements. And it doesn't have any problem or pinching in its joints because it's a lizard. Right? All snakes and lizards kind of move. Oh. Try to get your shoulders to move like they're water snakes. Old martial art used to be called Shaolin water boxing. So it's like the wave is floating through my hands and fingers, and I want my hands and arms and fingers to be able to just rise and fall with every little movement of the water. And that's that, when somebody grabs onto you, that's that response. Give them water. And make it a cold cup. So the turtle sticks its neck up and it raises everything, including its emotions. Because sometimes you go to turn your head a certain way, you laugh, and you're like, oh, that hurt what in the world? So the turtle is always doing this, and it's barely moving, but it's always going through its body. Right here and here, just gently warming it up like a 1,000-year-old Indian. Because you never know when the fight's going to come. Could come today, could come 1,000 years from now. Oh. But you definitely don't want to be caught going, where's my wick, my candle, and my oil, and my strength, and my... In the Bible, that's Hebrews 12:12. You don't know that one. That's so strengthen your feeble arms and weak knees. But his burden is light, and his yoke is gentle. So this should feel easy. That's why it's called a horse stance. You want to pretend you're on a horse for the first time. So maybe your thighs are feeling fine right now, but if you went way down here, you'd be like, man, this horse is killing me. So 3 minutes of this, and you should probably be pretty good. You can put your bed underneath or something like that. Use your bed so you can fall or whatever. You can do this from a chair, so you're almost in the couch, but you're not. You're like, it's a magic trick. Because everything Tongsau is magic, basically. This is the magic level martial art. You want to learn how to do stuff magical, you always do it easy first. Because if you can't do it 1,000 times right, and maybe once wrong, then you shouldn't perform it on stage. Right? So the punch to the stomach, have you tested it on Mike Tyson and some other real people, Charles? Oh, good idea before I let just anybody punch me. I don't know if you've ever seen The Prestige, but they were doing bullet catch, and in the old days they would sneak things into the guns. So when they were doing the bullet catch, they weren't shooting bullets, they were somehow transferring the bullet over You just didn't know how they did it. But people are worse than you can imagine. They would put like rocks and things. So with a gunshot, they get shot with all kinds of things, marble, pieces of glass and whatnot. So a lot of magicians died doing certain death tricks. And that's why I don't perform. But I know a lot about magic. Okay, so we did snake and turtle. Snake, of course, must use softness. Snake doesn't use strength, but it can use strength. It has strength, but that's not the skill of the snake. The snake is its whole body is what you're fighting. Right? And it has a deadly poison sometimes. So the sharpest thing that you have on your body is the dragon's tooth. This guy right here. You can do it with the first finger or the second, whichever really feels comfortable. What you do is you pin the nail up against your fist, supporting that knuckle, and you use that like a needle to wherever you're gonna hit. Wonderful, huh? Yeah. And so you have to toughen that up too, so you can't hit without going, ow, my hand. Okay, so toughen that up a little bit. We don't normally hit leather because, what are you hitting the leather dead cow for? Just like, why are you punching to the face? Well, I want to break his focus. Oh, okay. But I don't know. It's not a good answer. So punching to the face, bleeding, make the nose bleed, like a straight punch. You can make the nose bleed. To what end? I don't know. I've seen a lot of people fight with their nose bleeding and still kick people in the face. So that's not a good idea. The eyes, decent idea, but then you're dealing with, you just made the guy blind in one eye or whatever, so that's not nice. This is the spot. So take your eagle fingers and try that one that I just did. Right here, smack. Just with your fingertips. Should feel that all the way down into your ankles and your toes maybe. No? Try a little bit more, all the way down here with these. Still feels good? He's still done. What about you? Feels good? You don't feel it? No? Oh, I see the reflex. It's not going down to your feet though. It's going down to your spine. Yeah. You feel it. I mean, it's just a slight disturbance, right? Oh, can't keep your focus after that. Okay, so 1, 2, right to the eyes, back of the neck. 1, 2. Just like this. Face me. Just like this. So I shoot it up here maybe, and I'm just trying to do it wrong, right? Paint. Now you can pull them all the way down maybe. Throw whatever. When you have the body down here like this, you want to use maybe the arm as a technique to keep them there. That's like the pull cart. But if you don't have that, you want at least this coverage here. Elbow, you want to be able to have control of them here. Because, this might not do anything. They might be, but, that will do something because now they're in a different posture. So don't think about too much about the striking aspect of it, more of the watery control. Right, sea turtle kung fu. Uguay, right? You've seen Kung Fu Panda? So here we have wax on, wax off, all the blocks with the front hand, the strikes, grabs, right? All with this inward or outward oval, right? It could be way back here, it could be small and big, and that's that basic logo idea is everything is that oval. Whether it's over here and on the ground, it's always that shape. So whether you're wiping at a counter, when your arm gets tired going this way, go the other. When your arm gets tired going this way, do it with the other hand. Right? That's Kung Fu. Hard work. Tongsau means, Tong is actually the family of Tong. Sao is the hand. So it's the original word for karate, but then they changed it. Tong is also the word for a baby snake, meaning just emerging birth. So like, think about it coming from the inside out. You're expanding your water blood bubble, and you're closing it up. When the turtle stretches out, he's not afraid. That's when he can get killed. Huh? So don't forget the turtle. Tighten up here, like here too. Turtle, turtle, turtle. Maybe you need to bend down here. Turtle, turtle. Right? And wherever you're gonna have to take that hit, let's say it's right here. Right? He misses everything. You just strengthen this, put your mind right here, like, and it's like your hand becomes right here. Right? And that's how you take it. Sink it right into the floor. Right? So it's like the top of there. I don't. Right. Okay, and you can move that to where it's hit here too. There you go, or here. So push out here. Whether it's just a big bleh of water, or make it look like you do karate.